Hello everyone, Mrs. Belo here. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to convert between moles and grams. So if you ever see a problem that has grams in it, the first thing you need to do is find the molar mass. So for this problem, we're just talking about carbon, so just an individual carbon. And on our periodic table, the molar mass of carbon is 12.011. Now again, this is molar mass, so you can say this is how many grams per mole you have. But another way to write this that means the same thing is 12.001 grams, or 011 grams equals 1 mole. So hopefully this looks familiar. This is an equality, and this is something that we're going to be plugging into a picket fence. Whatever number I give you in the problem, that's what you're going to be starting your picket fence with, because you're going to have to convert that. So we're going to start our picket fence with 5 moles, because we're trying to take those 5 moles of carbon and convert it into grams. So just like how we would do a picket fence, the unit that goes here in the bottom has to be the same as the unit that is here. So I'm going to write mole, and then according to this equality that I got from my periodic table, that is 1 mole. And then if we put this in the bottom, whatever goes above it, the two should be equal to each other. So 12.011 grams. My moles will cancel in the top and the bottom, so I'm just left with grams. Mathematically, I'm going to multiply everything in the top, 5 times 12.011, and then divide by the bottom. The bottom is 1, so my answer is 60.055, and our final units are grams. So that's for just an individual element. Now let's do an example where we have a molecule, or we could say we have a compound. So I have 15 moles of hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, and I need to convert that into grams. So again, the first thing I see in this problem is grams, so I need to find molar mass. This time we're dealing with a compound, a molecule that has multiple different elements in it. So I'm going to start with hydrogen. Hydrogen is 1.008, and there are 2 of them. So I need to multiply this number by 2. And then I'm going to add the molar mass of the oxygen. Oxygen is 15.9999. You can just round that to 16. And this also has a 2 here, so we will have to multiply this number by 2. And again, this is just to find the molar mass. So 1.008 times 2 plus 2 times 16. So 34.016. And again, this is grams per mole, or we can write it as this many grams is equal to 1 mole, and that's something that we can plug in to our picket fence. So again, whatever number I gave you in the problem, that's what you're trying to convert. So we're going to start our picket fence with 15 moles. Again, picket fence, if mole is here, I have to have mole in the bottom, so the units will cancel. According to my equality, that is 1 mole. And then if I put that in the bottom, whatever goes above it, it needs to be equal to 34.016 grams. My moles will cancel in the top and bottom. And now I just have to multiply everything in the top, 15 times 34.016, and the bottom is just 1, so we have 510.24 grams. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, well, of course I could have just multiplied to find the answer. However, I want to use the picket fence method because moving forward, the picket fences will start to get a little bit longer and have a lot more going on. And it's much easier to have this skill, this foundation of using your picket fences instead of trying to just memorize how to solve for these. So this was starting with moles and then converting into grams. So now we're going to go in the other direction. We're going to start with grams and convert into moles. So again, in this problem, I have 0.5 grams of potassium. So I see grams, so I should automatically think, okay, I need to use my periodic table to find molar mass. So potassium on the periodic table is K, and its molar mass is 39.098. So again, this is grams per mole, that's molar mass, or we can say this many grams equals 1 mole. And we're just talking about one individual element, we're just talking about potassium. Now I can start my picket fence with what was provided to me, that 0.5 grams, and now I'm trying to convert that into moles. So again, if grams is here, I should have the same unit in the bottom here. And according to my equality right here, that is 39.098 grams. Okay. And that is equal to the value that goes above it, which is 1 mole. Let's see. Okay. So grams cancel. I'm just left with moles. So I have to multiply everything in the top, which is 0.5 times 1, which is 0.5. And then I have to divide by what I have in the bottom. So now I'm doing 0.5 divided by 39.098. So 0.013 moles would be my final answer. So here's another problem. We don't have multiple different elements this time, but iodine, it is I2. So again, first thing, I see grams in the problem. I'm going to have to find molar mass of iodine. So iodine on the periodic table, 126.9. And notice that it is I2, so I do have to multiply this number by 2. So 253.8. And again, this is molar mass, or you could say grams per mole, or this many grams is equal to 1 mole. Now that I have my equality here, I can start my picket fence. It's 1,250 grams. Again, if grams is here, I also have to have grams in the bottom. According to this, 253.3 grams. And the thing that goes above that, it is equal to, which is 1 mole. Grams cancel. I'm just left with moles, which is what I wanted my answer in. So I'm going to do 1,250 times 1, which is 1,250 still, and divide it by the bottom, which is 253.3. So 4.93 moles would be your final answer.